So I'm making a video now to answer some questions that people had. These are from my Tumblr. Um, so hopefully this will be a little less awkward since I'm somewhat prepared. I even have a list. I know. Awesome. Okay. So most of the questions are from Diana, which I really appreciate. I don't have that many followers on my Tumblr, but you know what? I have questions. I'm happy. So the first question was she wanted to know financially how things work with the JET program. Honestly, we get paid a lot of money, which is cool. I think the standard standard salary for a JET right now is 3.6 million yen, which I think right now is about $44,000 a year. So that's pretty good, I'd have to say, especially for my first real job. So I think most JETs find that they have more money than they need. Not that, I don't know, it's kind of strange to say that, like, because people are like, you can never have enough money. But I don't know, it's definitely enough to live off of for one person. A lot of people send money home to pay for student loans and pay off credit cards or whatever they have left at home. I actually know one guy who's supporting a family on the JET salary, which is cool. He's married and he has a baby, so that's possible. Yeah, we get paid, like, a lot of the answers that I have here, I should have said this at the beginning, they're very specific to me and to Kagoshima Prefecture, because that's all I know. So, I don't know, things tend to work differently in different prefectures and on different islands and stuff, so I'm just telling you guys what I know, what I've experienced. We get paid by direct deposit, but I've heard some people on the islands, like past JETs, got paid in cash, which I thought was kind of funny because you just get handed this envelope full of cash at the end of the month. But I'm pretty sure most people do direct deposit. So next question, do you report to a head office for all the schools? It depends on what kind of a JET you are. I did not know this when I applied, but there are city ALTs or prefectural ALTs. And I had no idea there was a difference until I actually got to Japan and I was separated from one of the girls that I was with at orientation, because I am a city ALT. So I am employed by the city of Kanoya, and my main office is I go to City Hall, and I work in the Kanoya City Board of Education office. And there's 6 of us there. And the prefectural ALTs are technically employed by Kagoshima Prefecture, and they are the ones that work in the high schools, mostly. Yeah, they all work in the high schools. And they usually only have the one school, or like 2 or 3, but they don't have as many as this, the city ALTs, because two of my friends are prefectural ALTs. They live here in Kanoya. One of them has 2 or 3 schools, and the other one only has 1 school. So instead of reporting to the Board of Education, they just work directly from their schools. So I didn't know that before I joined the JET program, so I thought it was kind of weird that nobody ever mentioned that, so that's a good question. Next question is, do you pay a lot of rent? So the rent situation varies greatly. Like, I've heard so many different things. I pay 38,000 yen a month, which is probably around a little more than $400 a month. I'm not sure what this exchange rate is right now, but yen's really good, so that's good for me. I've heard of someone who lives on an island that has to pay more than $500 a month for a tiny apartment. I think some of the ALTs in Kagoshima City pay about $500 a month, and they have really tiny apartments. I have a house for like $400. So it depends on the placement, which is like with any rent situation. If you live out like in a smaller town, you're gonna pay less rent. Obviously, the people in Kagoshima City are gonna pay more rent because it's a big city. So, and sometimes it's subsidized also. I think Julia and Rachel, who are the prefectural ALTs, I think their rent is subsidized. I'm not entirely sure. So they don't pay all the rent. So it really depends on your contracting organization, which is either the prefecture or a board of education. And also depends on your placement and like how rural you are or city. Just like, it's common sense, just like any other living situation. Okay, how are your classes going? My classes are actually going really good. My teachers are really nice. So far, I haven't had any bad experiences. I've heard of some people who have teachers that don't care or they don't plan anything, and it's just like, here, you get to teach this whole lesson and plan everything in 5 minutes. But I guess my predecessor, I found out yesterday, was really adamant about her teachers sending faxes with the lesson plans, because I get faxes from all my schools for every day with what the lesson is, and that's really helpful because it gives me time to to plan things. And I think I'm the only one in our Board of Education office that gets faxes every day, because I've heard like some people don't get them at all and they have to plan a lesson in like 10 minutes, which happens a lot, I guess, but I'm really lucky. Yeah, I've mostly still been doing my self-introduction a lot, especially at my main junior high school, because there are so many classes. There's like 800 kids in the school. And there's still some classes I haven't done my self-introduction lesson for, but I'm moving away from that. Like tomorrow I have a lesson, which I think is going to be pretty fun. I had to do something with call. Like, they're going to learn the phrase, or something to do with phrase like, his name is James, but his friends call him Jim. So call is like the big lesson of the day. And I found this lesson online with call where it has the characters from Mario, and the names in Japanese are completely different. So I'm going to tell them, like, we call him Bowser, and they're going to have to guess which character it is, because the name's different in Japanese. So that should be fun. I haven't actually done it yet, but hopefully it'll work out. Yeah. So, next question. Are the students nice? Yeah, for the most part. Well, my students, like I said, really specific answers here. I've heard of some not so nice students, but mine are all really nice. And some of them are a little obnoxious, but you get that in every class. I haven't had any students be like actively mean to me, but I think that I'm still somewhat of a novelty, especially with a school that I've only visited once. I still have 2 schools actually that I haven't been to. So yeah. I've heard of students being not so nice to the ALTs, but I don't think that happens a lot. Like, we have students that misbehave, but generally ALTs aren't really involved with the disciplining, because that's not our job, technically. So yeah, my students are nice. The really fun ones are the elementary school kids. But it kind of sucks because I can't talk to them because I don't speak Japanese, they don't speak English, so they're just asking me questions all day and dragging me around the playground at recess, which is fun. But I can't talk to them. It's kind of sad. So, another reason I should learn Japanese. And my video is going to run out, so apparently this is going to be a 2-part thing, so I'll see you later.